What's up, everybody? It's Joe from Empire Music, empiremusic.com in lovely Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. With this week, I have a killing collection of trades this week. As I've been telling you with our trading event, which is ending very firmly on March 31st. So we've been taking so many trade-ins. We are backed up upstairs with getting the guitars teched, photoed, listed, all that good stuff. But I have some slamming stuff today. I'm really excited. I've got custom shop basses. I've got master built basses. I've got Collings. I've got Gibson acoustic. I've got a sick Rickenbacker. I'm really excited about today. It is beautiful. We are ready to rock. Got just crushing deals going on. The closeout section, crushing. Empire Selects are retiring. So guitars like the 414 Empire Select, a little Jim Jam fell off there. Cedar top, maple back and sides, V-class. We have a huge selection of 414 and 714 Empire Selects that are going to be retired because we're going to move on from the program. This is a spruce and maple 414 Select. So check out our entire selection out there. Reach out. We will get you a smoke show deal on Empire Selects. And of course, we can take trades too. Furthering our trade story here. So let's get down and dirty with the trade-ins because I've got a very exciting collection. This new thing is not working with the hoodie string here at all today. Gibson Songwriter Deluxe. This is awesome. This is a square shoulder dreadnought, right? Solid spruce top, rosewood fingerboard and bridge. Check out the hardware on here, like the wooden buttons. A very sexy guitar. Really beautiful rosewood. I mean, that is just absolutely incredible rosewood back and sides. It has the advanced scalloped bracing, standard 25.5-inch scale. You know, Gibson does a lot of short scale acoustic guitars, as you may or may not know, with 24 3/4. This being 25.5. Why is that important? So I think at specs, we talk about specs all day long, and it's just like as customers like yourselves get the opportunity to go online and find all this information, which is really cool because you have a much better grasp than 10, 20, 30 years ago for sure, and 10 years ago even, where it's like, man, you really have a good understanding of what you're reaching out about. But I'm always interested in the context of the spec because a scale, right, your shorter scale will play a little easier. But what would make Gibson do a full scale on this? Well, you have rosewood back and sides, which has a lot of bass, right? So to keep the guitar sounding clean and lively, they go full scale to keep the tone still really full and bassy, right? But articulate and smart sounding. So we get enjoy the sound of the instrument, and we get all the note separation that we want. So a really cool instrument. LR bags, pickup built in, original hard shell case. This thing's a beauty. It won't last long. Next up, we have two sister guitars, two 001 Collings instruments with Honduran mahogany. The first one, a 001A with Adirondack top. Pre-war bracing, so super vintage design. Collings guitars out of Austin, Texas. If you are a guitar player, you know Collings brand. Very small production. I mean, they might build about 1,000 guitars across all acoustic and electric guitars for the year. This 001 is a 12-fret design, so you kind of see that sloped shoulder, elongated nature, ebony fingerboard and bridge, gorgeous Honduran mahogany back and sides with the really pretty neck volute there. Waverly tuners. They use really all the best materials, craftsmanship, a very, very, very hands-on, hand-built guitar. And then the match to it that was traded in with it was an all Honduran mahogany top, back, and side version. So the same exact spec. Of course, these are all lacquer guitars, hide glue, all of the premium features. Now, if you want a sweeter, rounder sound, you go with the Honduran mahogany. If you want a little bit punchy, more aggressive, you go with the Adirondack. World-class guitars, they're featherlight. They don't weigh anything. I mean, it's just like you can tell these guitars are maxed out, really, really premium instruments. So super cool that they came in. But they did get traded in, just earworm this year, on Martin Custom Shop authentic 1937 models that are custom expert guitars. We're one of 20 worldwide Martin custom expert guitars. And I will tell you, those 0028, 0018, D18, and D28 models are some of the best guitars in the world being built right now. And they're priced favorably for the quality that they are. We get Collings on trade on them all the time, which says a lot about those Martins. So if you've been thinking about getting a premium guitar, those Martins are unbelievable. Next up, this guitar I was super stoked. You recognize this guitar? It's a Rickenbacker 325 V59, so vintage 59, famously played by John Lennon. John Fogerty also played a lot of these. His was super modded out. What do you notice about this guitar? The 20 3/4 inch scale length, maybe? It's a shorter scale. It's a really kind of tightly scaled guitar, which is really cool. I mean, it's very compact. If you wanted something that's very easy to play, you've got it. They've got the original toaster style pickups in them. That sound of guitar is very true. It's a maple body, true to spec, rosewood fingerboard, Bigsby. So if you want to kind of fatten it up, you go shorter scale. It's super slinky. I mean, the playability is just nuts on this thing. And the black, just a killing guitar, and anything that John Lennon did is good enough for me. That's what I always kind of feel like, right? So if you love Rickenbacker and you want something, there's not a million of these out there. It varies, like this I think is a 1994. Very cool guitar. Just it's pretty slick. Has the original case with it. Just something that if you're looking for a cool guitar to add to your collection that you don't have something like already, I'm guessing you don't have one of these. Next up, we have two custom shop basses that are both master built. One is an Empire 58, one is not. The first one that is not is a Paul Waller custom shop 5-string jazz bass. So in Fender custom shop, to get a 5-string bass, you have to go master built. This is an NOS ash body with custom shop pickups. They're just jazz bass 5 pickups. All your controls right there. Anthony took this in on trade, I think on some LEHs from our guy Ira up in Michigan, who's down here all the time. He's our boy. So his trade-ins are finally making it to the Empire world. You can see the recessed neck ash. Contoured neck heel, maple neck, 7 1/4 inch fingerboard radius. Things bollard. NOS, very classic looking instrument, and so like just one of those ones that would be really hard to find out in the wild on your own. So super cool. The next one is an Empire 58 Levi Perry in an aged fire mist. You know, Anthony designed this 58 P bass for Empire, and it's 1000% the #1 selling Fender custom shop bass in the world, and there's no doubt about it. It just is. It's the biggest private run, I don't know, maybe ever. Roasted body, roasted neck, Empire 58 P bass pickup that was spec'd with Vincent Van Trick, an absolutely incredible guitar. We do a ton of work with Levi. Levi gets both the aesthetic and the feel. You know what I mean? Like, what's really cool about Levi's stuff is not only is the visual really good, the neck feel is amazing. He's you know, if you checked out our site after we came back from NAMM, we had Jazz Master with just like built-in fuzz circuits and all this stuff. He gets what players want depending on the style that they are trying to achieve. So when we work on the 58, he just delivers just lights out finishes, gorgeous feeling instrument, and someone's going to score huge on these because these run like, you know, $9,000-10,000 new, so you get a really good deal on a Levi, which is really cool. Lastly, I saved this one for last not because it wasn't that exciting, but just in context of what I was showing, it didn't fit until the end. But something you might want to realize is that we're really trying to do a good job of expanding offerings under $1,000 in used. I think there can be a lot of value here if you search. The trick is, and I'm going to toot Empire's horn if I may, and it's my video so I can. The trick is this: a lot of instruments like this GPC 11E, people buy. They get them from Guitar Center. It was never set up. It was never taken care of. It wasn't humidified from there. It wasn't right from the beginning. And then, you know, they have it for a year and they want to trade it. And we turn that stuff away. You know, it's like we're really selective. So finding guitars that meet the criteria of like something we'd be proud to sell is a little tricky sometimes. This guitar is all solid wood, solid spruce top, solid Sapelli back and sides, well maintained, really nice instrument, built-in Fishman MXT pickup. This is $799. If you were going to play this guitar live in your bar gig. It would sound great. If you are someone that's looking for their first all solid wood guitar, this would fit the bill. Just a ton of value in this. We do an exhaustive intake on these instruments. When they come in, Jordan grades the instrument top to bottom, finding any cosmetic things that make it not mint, any flaw, play wear, things like that. Then they go down to our techs and they expertly take the guitars apart, put them together, make sure everything's exactly as it should be. So we're delivering you a phenomenal used guitar, and that's at $799, at $59.99, at $10,000, whatever price point it is. We're dialing that in ahead of time, making sure it doesn't hit our site until we know it's awesome. Now, obviously, cosmetic wear we don't mind. It's like something's played a little bit more. That's cool. But we want the guitar to be functioning exactly as it should, new, and that's really, really important to us. So when you send us your photos, your trade-in through our trade-in link, we get those guitars in, we're tearing that apart, making sure it's perfect, make sure the next person is getting a really, really great guitar. So remember this, Empire Selects going away, call us, get a crazy deal. The trade-in event is done in like 2 weeks. That's it. So if you want to score 15% off a new guitar at $799 or more with the trade-in, go to empiremusic.com. Check out the trade-in portal. You can add a few photos, tell us what guitar you see of ours that you're interested in, what guitars you're trading in. I'll hit you with an email saying, hey, when are you free to talk? We'll jump on a call. We'll knock it out. We send labels. We make it so easy. You don't pay out of pocket for shipping. It's just like the dreamiest, just easy process. We've got this thing dialed, which has been really cool. So customers are taking advantage of it, which we're really excited and proud of, that it worked out good for all of you, and it's working out good for us too. So everybody wins. We're transparent in your trade-in values, so you always know that you're being taken care of fairly. So go to empiremusic.com, check out our entire collection of guitars, full pro setup, of course. We only carry a handful of new brands, giving you the best selection on those guitars. I'm pounding this idea into the ground. If you go to the site, we don't have 75 brands because you can't do that well. If you want a Fender, a Gibson, a Martin, or a Taylor, we're going to give you the best experience. Like Powers, Justin's done a slaying job with Powers guitars, and we are selling tons. Why? Because he's speccing out amazing guitars, giving us amazing colors, great colorway and pickup choices and hardware choices to give you the best selection. And that's what we're always striving to do, and we're glad to take your trade-in to get you there. So hit us up at Empire and we'll get you a great guitar with or without a trade-in. Thanks for watching.